Oh my god. Alright, well, I'm here in TikTok cringe, and this is alarming because if this is how school is nowadays, like I feel really bad for the children who are going to school. Alright. One, school has already been a fucked up education system since 2018, ever since the epidemic with the fucking coronavirus, but it was already a fucked up education system even before that. Certain parts of history was being taken out of context. Certain shit like was not being properly conducted in school. I mean, and maybe that's just like for Americans, because I do hear the joke a lot that school in the USA is like a lot lower than every other fucking school in every other country. But not to say that school doesn't teach nothing. School still has somewhat of the proper history in its book. School still teaches you math, still teaches you science and biology, and it still teaches you like moral and education. But I happened to play like 20 seconds of this video and it just astonished me. This video is 1 minute and 51 minutes long. I haven't got to the rest of the video. I only watched like 20 seconds of it. If this is what they are teaching in schools, this is super bad. The context of this video, a man is asking a student in his class if he thinks women should have been educated, which, I mean, maybe it's just my little pea brain, but I'm pretty sure women have always been educated. They just didn't have the proper rights or like the power to speak up how they wanted to. But I think women have always been educated. I think they've always had something in their fucking head, unlike how this fucking teacher sounds. But this teacher goes on to say that he asked a student if he thinks women should have been educated or not. Which, one, I think that's like, I don't want to say it's like appropriate to ask, but something just doesn't feel right. It doesn't even like if it was a one-on-one conversation with my friend and I were to ask him and be like, do you think it's right that women were educated? Like, it would be just such a weird topic to, one, bring up, but two, it would like bring up, like, it would put over this really weird bell on the conversation that like, what is making you question this? Like, what is making you even ask? Like, what even makes you ask the question, like, should women have even been educated? Like, what makes you ask that? Like, are you just a power hungry fucking teacher who thinks that there should be a rebellion on women who like have a mind of their own, or like what? Because for you to be like, do you think women should have been educated, is you basically being like, do you think women, one, should be able to think on their own, and two, do you think women should like be normalized like men? It's just a weird question to ask in any sense of a conversation, but even weirder to a student that you are teaching. And then if you want to give off your own opinion on why women shouldn't be educated, that only influences the student possibly, because that's what they're there for. They're there to learn from you. So I just think it's like really weird, and it almost feels like inappropriate to ask a like a student this. It's not like be knee and gritty here, like a kid, because it's a fucking kid. They're in school. They are a fucking kid. It feels really weird to ask a kid this, but I'm gonna go ahead and play the video. Let's stop all that rambling.
So Erasmus, he helped promote the education of women. Don't you think that was the worst thing ever to happen when we started educating women? What you guys think? Was it good or bad to educate women?
Good.
Huh?
Good.
Why?
Why?
Yeah.
And he's like pressed like, why? Did you just seriously well, let me tell you why women shouldn't be educated. Like, he seriously like asked why, like he was actually baffled on like the fact that he thinks women should be educated. I think it's equal fucking rights that women should be able to study a fucking book like how us men can. Like, I would have thought this type of mindset, I know it's a thing, but I would have thought like not completely abolished, but for him to just say that like so baffled, like if it needs to be normalized for women to like be dumb and not be educated and not have like the proper tools to research and study is like absolutely fucking astonishing to me.
Someone still slept today.
Was it good or bad to educate women?
Bad.
Why?
Because we don't need it. I don't know.
Because this is a man's world.
See, and then when you ask children questions like this and you start to hint, like, I don't agree with what you're saying, it only manipulates them to agree with you because they're like scared to disagree with you, especially as a fucking teacher or proper authority. When you're the proper authority and someone is looking like for directions in their life and they're looking up to you for the proper direction, any indicators on like you having a disagreement or like you don't approve of what they're saying is gonna automatically manipulate them, and it's gonna shift their opinion on what they were thinking. It's gonna more than likely shift their opinion because they're coming to you for education and help. And if they're looking for the questions that you apparently have the answers to, then you being like, why is like, to them questioning like, well, why do you think women need education? Like, do you think there's like a actual reason on why women should have education? And then it makes the kids think like, well, you know what? Should women have education? Like, he is right. Why do women have education? And then I think I heard someone say no. And then after they said no, their reasoning was, I don't know why. And it almost seems like that kid's response was due to how the teacher's reaction to the other kid asking, like, or how the other kid saying that there should be educated women. It's almost like because the kid heard the response of the teacher, they were like, no, but I don't know why. I don't know why. Like, it is just so fucking alarming if this is like a common practice happening in school.
And women are not supposed to know no more than we let them know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't you feel the same way, Harlow?
I don't.
You don't?
What's wrong with
Yo,
him?
what's wrong with him?
Are you crazy? What y'all saying? What's happening? Man, he said, don't you
Why do you think women should be educated?
Why should
They're human beings.
Because it's a man's world.
God, and thank God we have some fucking proper responses, like, because they're fucking human being and it's equal rights. It's like trying to have like slavery being implemented back into the world. It was exiled for a proper reason, a very good fucking reason, because it's inhumane to enslave another human being. What are we talking about? It's the proper thing to do. You should not restrict another human being from like having the proper education or learning. Like, that is inhumane.
Women know too much, then they'll boss you around.
No, because it takes two tango. A man can't produce a baby, so.
Thank you. Thank you. And what this teacher is saying, like, if the woman gets educated, they'll be basically saying if the woman gets too educated, they'll learn how to boss you around. And is a fucking female wrong for that? One, females have always been looked at, you know, not as strong. In some senses, with a lot of politicians, not as smart as men. And back in history, women were not allowed to do a lot of things that women are allowed to do. Like, one, I'm pretty sure damn nearly everyone's gonna know this, but women were not allowed to vote. And that was a major fucking problem. Made a lot of women go into protesting and they had a lot of rallies for them not being able to vote like fucking men. But they weren't able to go out and serve into war, which this teacher would probably look at her like, oh, why the fuck would a woman want to go to war? And like, if that's just what a woman wants to do, she's a fucking woman and a human being with her own mindset and her own vessel of a body, and she can do so. Back in the day, women were not allowed to do a lot of things that they have the proper rights to do. One, voting. Two, going to war. And three, overall, like just doing what men can do. Like, women, majority of the time, if they wanted to do something a man could do, they were not allowed to. For a woman to feel like she wants to be bossy and wants to do what she wants, I get that some men, they don't like that. I don't like it, but it's not wrong because of how women are, all right? Not every fucking woman wants to be submissive. Not every woman wants to play the submissive role. Some women want to be alpha males. And if you're that man who doesn't like a female like that, or doesn't like the female to be aggressive or play that role, or you just don't like being bossed around, then one, if you're not in a relationship with them, stay the fuck away from them, because there's a human for everyone. There's someone for everyone. There are submissive men who like females who are the alpha in the relationship. But two, if you do know them, then leave them. But do not like disregard like them having the proper education. Like, do not be like, because they want to stand on business basically, or they have the proper rights and they want to be educated, do not disregard them and be like, hey, women should never have had education because now they get to boss men around and now they feel like they have power and authority. Like, it's equal rights. It's another human being, whether they have dick and balls like you or not. It's another human fucking being. Like, could you imagine us being men having the strength that we have, not being able to go to war like how we want to, or for men who do like that type of stuff? Could you imagine like if men wanted to actually go to war and they were restricted, how that would feel? Women, I am one to say that I think women are more educated usually than men. Like, men are fucking stupid, coming from a stupid man himself right now. So to restrict them from learning when one, a woman is supposed to learn, I guess supposed to be submissive. I don't want to say how anyone is supposed to be or how they're supposed to act, but women are, I want to say they're typically the more intellectual one. So to restrict them from doing what like they're good at, back in World War II, all women could do was cook and clean. They were not able to even go outside the house from then, which is why a lot of women cheated on their husbands back then, because they had no authority. They couldn't question their significant other, and it was just that. Which is why a lot of women, when men came back from war, that's why a lot of the women would cheat on the men, because they were not able to do everything and anything they wanted to. They almost felt enslaved and entrapped. Is that what you want? Is that what you want for more than likely the next female that you run into or get into a relationship with, that she's bound to fucking cheat because she has no authority and she can't get the proper fucking education, and it's turned to now that she has the proper education, she's gonna boss you around. So now it's to the point where you think that because women boss you around with education that it should be abolished. What?
News is about control. I don't want my wife to know nothing. I don't want what I tell
You
her.
cheating on her? You cheating on her? You cheating on her?
No, but I don't.
I almost feel like it's not AI. The responses and the actual realistic responses, they're just too goddamn real for it to be AI. But it almost feels like it's fucking AI with the unbelievable amount of responses this fucking teacher is saying right now.
I don't want to know nothing. I don't want to know just very little, so I can control a paycheck, tell when to eat, sleep.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Oh.
Yeah. That's one way to control. I'm just saying. But of course, now that's
He is like, that's one way to control them. Like, he is trying to influence them to do this shit. He needs to go to jail. Because these are children who that are trying to learn and get a proper education. And if this is what's being taught in school, this is just bound to influence, out of 30 children, at least one of them to have this mindset. This man needs to go to jail.
as a teacher, I have to tell y'all that women are entitled to the same education, quality education. Hey, and we through with it. Say what?
Entitled. Him saying women are entitled, it's almost like, it's disgusting to hear. Yes, don't get me wrong, they are entitled, but it shouldn't even be said like that. Women should just have the rights to want to be educated. Not even to be like, oh, women are entitled. Like, if it's almost forced for them to like allow them to learn education. Anyways, I just thought it was like such a shocking conversation and topic. Like, I had to stop the video that I was recording already, because I was already recording a video and I came across this one. I was like, wow, this is just a load of horse shit right here. Let me stop recording this video to actually like make an entirely separate video on the recording I'm already doing, because this is just like, Jesus fucking Christ. Jesus.